Orson Welles, unveiling the enigmatic genius through 11 shocking facts. Orson Welles, a colossus in the world of cinema and theater, remains one of the most enigmatic and talented figures in the history of the arts. Beyond his public persona as a director, actor, and writer, Welles's life was rife with controversies, shocking tales, and fascinating facts that paint a complex portrait of the man behind the myth. This video delves into 11 such revelations, each a testament to the multifaceted nature of Orson Welles. Fact number 1. The War of the Worlds Panic. On October 30, 1938, Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the air broadcast a radio adaptation of H.G. Wells's novel The War of the Worlds. This program is one of the most famous in the history of radio due to the mass panic it supposedly incited. Wells's adaptation was presented in the style of a news bulletin, without commercial interruptions, which added to its realism. Many listeners, tuning in after the introduction which stated the program was fictional, believed an actual Martian invasion was happening. The broadcast exploited the power of the radio medium and the public's fear of impending war, reflecting tensions in pre-World War II America. Despite the panic being less widespread than initially reported, the event earned Welles national notoriety and demonstrated the potent influence of media on public perception. Number 2. A prodigy's early beginnings. Orson Welles's prodigious talent was evident from an early age. By the age of 10, he had already written and staged his first play. His early forays into the arts were marked by an exceptional intellect and a penchant for drama, setting the stage for his future successes. Welles's precociousness was not confined to the theater, he was also an accomplished magician, a skill he continued to practice and perform throughout his life, showcasing his love for the spectacle. At 16, after receiving a modest inheritance from his father, Welles traveled to Ireland, where he attempted to make a living as a painter. Facing financial difficulties, he turned to acting, fabricating a story about being a Broadway star to gain a part at the Gate Theatre in Dublin. This audacious step marked the start of Welles's illustrious career in theater, demonstrating his innate talent and propensity for reinvention. Number 3. Controversial love life. Orson Welles's personal life was as captivating and tumultuous as his professional one. He was married 3 times, first to Virginia Nicholson in 1934, then to Hollywood icon Rita Hayworth in 1943, and finally to Italian actress Paola Mori in 1955. His marriage to Nicholson ended due to his affairs with actresses Dolores Del Rio among others, reflecting the complex interplay between his professional and personal lives. His relationship with Rita Hayworth was notably turbulent, marred by his infidelities and her struggles, capturing the volatile nature of celebrity marriages. Despite the challenges, Welles's marriages and affairs provided a backdrop to his creative endeavors, influencing his work and public persona. His final marriage to Mori lasted until his death, although he maintained a relationship with actress and filmmaker Oja Kodar, showcasing the complexities and contradictions of his romantic life. Number 4. Political spying during the Spanish Civil War. Orson Welles's involvement in political espionage during the tumultuous period of the Spanish Civil War underscores his deep-seated political convictions and a proactive stance against fascism. In the late 1930s, as Spain was torn apart by a civil war that pitted the Republican government against Franco's nationalists, Welles used his considerable influence and the guise of his profession to gather intelligence on fascist sympathizers and activities. This endeavor wasn't just a testament to his multifaceted talents but also reflected his commitment to leveraging his art and influence for political ends. Welles's actions during this period, although not widely documented in mainstream accounts of his life, demonstrate a willingness to risk his safety and career for a cause he believed in deeply, showcasing an aspect of his character that went far beyond his contributions to entertainment and the arts. Number 5. Political engagements. Orson Welles's political engagement extended significantly during World War II, particularly in support of Franklin D. Roosevelt's efforts to bolster the American war effort. Welles was not only a vocal supporter of Roosevelt but also actively contributed to the war bond drives, which were crucial in raising funds for the United States military operations, including the Normandy invasion. His ability to connect with the American public and his unyielding support for democratic values made him an effective advocate for these causes. Welles's engagement in political activities and his close relationship with political figures like Roosevelt highlight a personal commitment to using his platform for greater societal impacts, bridging the gap between the worlds of entertainment and political activism. Number 6. The Shakespeare Obsession. Orson Welles' fascination with William Shakespeare was not merely an academic interest but a passionate obsession that significantly influenced his career. Welles's adaptations of Shakespeare's plays, including Macbeth, 1948, and Othello, 1952, were revolutionary in their approach, often reimagining the settings and themes to resonate with contemporary audiences. His Macbeth was set in a fictionalized version of Haiti, replete with voodoo references, while Othello was celebrated for its powerful performances and innovative use of European locations. These adaptations were both lauded for their artistic vision and criticized for their deviations from traditional interpretations. Welles's commitment to making Shakespeare accessible and relevant to modern audiences was evident in these productions, which remain landmarks in the canon of Shakespearean adaptations. His work on Shakespeare not only demonstrated his reverence for the bard but also his desire to challenge and redefine the boundaries of theatrical and cinematic presentation. Number 7. Financial struggles and exile. Orson Welles' financial difficulties were compounded by his insistence on artistic independence, leading to frequent clashes with Hollywood studios. These disputes often resulted in Welles financing his own projects, which further strained his resources. By the late 1940s, disillusioned with the American film industry's constraints, Welles relocated to Europe. This move marked the beginning of a nomadic phase of his career, where he undertook a variety of acting and directing roles, sometimes in projects of questionable quality, to fund his personal endeavors. Notable works from this period include Othello, 1952, which took 3 years to complete due to financial issues, and Chimes at Midnight, 1965, which was critically acclaimed but also plagued by budgetary restraints. Welles's European exile illustrates his willingness to sacrifice financial stability for creative control, a decision that shaped both his career and legacy. Number 8. Epicurian Extremes. Welles's love for gastronomy is legendary, embodying his larger-than-life persona. His Epicurean lifestyle was marked by extravagant meals and an unabashed indulgence in fine foods, which contributed to significant weight fluctuations throughout his life. The anecdote of Welles consuming 18 hot dogs in one sitting epitomizes his extreme approach to eating. This penchant for excess extended beyond his culinary habits, reflecting a man who lived life to the fullest, often at the expense of his health. Welles's relationship with food was complex, serving as both a source of pleasure and a contributing factor to his health issues later in life. Number 9. Unconventional religious views. Welles's approach to religion was marked by a characteristic skepticism and privacy. He was known to express ambivalence towards organized religion, often adopting a philosophical stance that questioned traditional beliefs. His remark about not wanting to bore God with prayers encapsulates his unconventional outlook, blending his wit with a profound contemplation of spirituality. Welles's views on religion were part of his broader intellectual curiosity and skepticism, reflecting a man who was as complex in his spiritual beliefs as he was in his artistic endeavors. Number 10. The disputed authorship of Citizen Kane. The authorship of Citizen Kane's screenplay remains one of Hollywood's most enduring controversies. While Orson Welles and Herman J. Mankiewicz shared the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay, the extent of each man's contribution has been hotly debated. Some scholars and industry insiders have suggested that Mankiewicz played a more significant role in the script's development, while others argue that Welles's contributions were indispensable to the film's innovative narrative structure and thematic depth. This debate highlights the collaborative nature of filmmaking and the difficulties in attributing creative ownership, especially in a work as groundbreaking as Citizen Kane. Number 11. The Mysterious Death. Orson Welles passed away on October 10, 1985, under somewhat mysterious circumstances. Officially, the cause of death was a heart attack, but rumors and speculation have surrounded the event, with some suggesting that the stress of his ongoing projects and financial woes may have contributed to his untimely demise. Welles's death marked the end of an era and the loss of one of cinema's greatest visionaries. In a departure from tradition, Welles's ashes were buried in a flower-covered well on the property of bullfighter Antonio Ordóñez in Spain, illustrating his unconventional life even in death.